what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at the Rady home, the Rady residence, and guess what? We have some major news coming from Ram. This is the all-new 2021 Ram 1500 TRX. This is Ram's competitor to the almighty Ford Raptor. But I don't want to waste any more time with you just staring at me. I'm ready to dive into this truck because we have some great B-roll footage with some actual on-throttle sound. So without further ado, here we go. Let's check out the new TRX. On throttle. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So there it is. You got to hear that supercharged V8. So with the 2021 Ram TRX, I think the big winner in this whole equation is that you get that 6.2 liter supercharged V8. Now, what are we talking about for horsepower here? We're looking at 702 horsepower. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, all the other supercharged vehicles that Dodge has in their lineup and Ram and everybody else, they have more than 700, well more than 700, 717, 797. They tuned it specifically for that desert off-road racing, riding, and there's even the ability to get some of that rock crawling done. Of course, the main competitor, the Raptor, has 450 horsepower. So we're talking about a massive separation in horsepower from the Raptor. Now, 702 horsepower is only part of the equation. It's 650 pound-feet of torque. And what I'm going to do is during this review, I'm actually going to be quiet from time to time because what's wonderful is that Ram has added some extra sound through the actual B-roll footage that they gave us. So right now, here's some more. So when we're talking about 702 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, that equates to 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Think about that. Listen to it. Sounds good. So 0 to 60, 4.5 seconds, 0 to 100 in 10.5 seconds. You can see it out there in the desert. Looks right at home. Right at home. Now I know, of course, Mopar or no car. I guess they need to come up with a new one. Mopar or no truck. But quarter mile time, even though this is an off-road vehicle, a desert runner, you're looking at 12.9 seconds in the quarter mile at 108 miles per hour. Top speed is 118 miles per hour. This isn't meant to go up against the Challenger Red Eye or anything like that. It is mated to that beefed up Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission. Here are some touches that you're gonna get on this truck. It's got the largest brake rotors of any truck in its class, 15 inches in diameter. Wheels are special 18 by 9-inch wheels. And of course, they're gonna be wrapped by those 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack off-road tires. Ground clearance 11.8 inches, and it actually goes through 32 inches of water. So 32 inches of water fording. Get ready for a little bit more sound. Here it comes. Now the truck is actually wider, of course, than your standard Ram. So it's actually 8 inches wider. That's why if you notice they have the extra lights in the hood scoop. Sort of like what Ford does with the Raptor by having to add those DOT required lights because of the width of the truck with it falling in another class of vehicle. But get ready, you can see right there the water fording capability. Just listen to the sound. So with that extra width, you are getting a wider track. So the wheels and tires are actually out further apart to help with that off-road stability. There's an innovative dual path air induction system. So that hood scoop is functional. That's going to feed 50% of the air to that supercharged V8. The other half is going to come from the front grille. There's some changes, and one of those big updates is the largest air filter. I know that may not seem like a big deal, but the largest air filter on this type of vehicle, that's going to help keep out those, especially the dust elements and the dirt and whatnot. You have a full-time active transfer case, and I guess some of the biggest news is from Bilstein. Active dampers all four corners. Very system to Fox's setup on the Raptor, but Bilstein, such a great name in suspension, just like Fox, but really bringing that active damping system where you are going to be in full control of this truck no matter what the terrain is or what that water level is. When it comes to the rear end, you have a Dana 60 solid rear with 355 gears and of course an electronic limited slip diff. And you can see here once again going down that road. Unbelievable. So with some of the other changes, we have a new updated Ram head badge that you're going to see on all the new 2021s. Also, the Ram name in the grille. They took a little bit of a flow tie approach from Chevy and actually dremeled out all the letters of the word Ram to increase that airflow, which is really awesome. Headlights, LED adaptive headlights. So that means they're going to move with the steering wheel and they could actually shift 15 degrees from one direction to the other. That's going to be very, very beneficial if you're out in the desert at night. Very, very muscular look. I love the extra width. Of course, from the fender flares, you have that nice hood scoop. You're going to have ability to option in some Mopar accessories, which we'll talk about later. But of course, the rock sliders could be one choice like you see there, or TRX official running boards. You're going to get full under the truck protection as well. So you're going to get all the skid plates and body protection to cover all the inner bits as you're doing your off-road driving. And like I said, Ram wants this to be also for somebody who wants to do some rock crawling as well. When we look at the front of the truck, I'm really liking the design of the headlight. The same similar grille, you can see the Ram logo is all hollowed out. I think it was smart to take those auxiliary lights, put them in the functional scoop. And then of course, Ram, just like Dodge, they do such a great job with the flat black accents. There's some nice accents on the hood of the truck. You're gonna see that in a few seconds to really just showcase the nice muscular look. That full metal protection, you got the large tow hooks, you have your fog lamps. So when it comes to lighting, they have you covered. My only zonk that I could see is down by that front bumper area. It looks like the grille is non-functional. So if it isn't, that's definitely gonna be a zonk, but that hood scoop, you can see it's sexy and it is also functional. I'm curious if the heat extractors are functional as well. But even from the back portion there, the way that the truck flares out on the bed side of things, really, really clean look and definitely fits the part. I like the direction that they went with how they accented the black on the fender flares. You got the Ram badge there on the doors. You got a little bit of a side vent there. The big question is it functional? We're gonna get our hands on one, hopefully very, very soon in the not too distant future. I love the exhaust. Nice, simple, just dual exhaust, slash cut tip. The TRX badge has a nice overall dimension to it. It's not too gaudy on the back of the truck, just enough to let people know, hey, this truck is nothing but the business. On the hood, you get that 6.2 liter supercharged badge, so nobody's gonna confuse anything about that. When it comes to payload, you could actually put 1,310 pounds in the bed of this truck, and it could tow over 8,100 pounds, which when you compare that to the competition, that really to me is gonna be something that kind of separates this from the Raptor with that towing capability. I love the wheel design. I think it's super clean. Of course, going with 35-inch Wranglers, that's a no-brainer. And I can't wait to see underneath the truck to see all that underbody protection. There's the Bilstein Active Terrain Dynamic Suspension. It's been developed just for the TRX. So they didn't just take it off the shelf for the TRX. Listen to that supercharger. Nice sound. I'm zonking the engine cover though. I'm not really cover. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with keeping the dust out. But what about the interior? Look at the changes. We have a new head-up display, and you're gonna have your choice of 3 different types of interior material. And the interior has really been that signature of the Ram 1500 and the 2500 for blowing everybody out of the water. And you could see that new flat bottom steering wheel. You have your option of premium cloth, vinyl, or you could go with a leather and Alcantara suede material setup. I do like the steering wheel. Of course, the 12-inch Uconnect 4 system. So that's the new upgraded Uconnect 4. Still 12-inch display, nice vertical. I like the way it's integrated. You can see going through the different modes. Very, very clear graphics. And even when you compare this to the other Mopar products like the Challenger and whatnot, I really love how easy it is to use the Uconnect system. And you can see right there, very simple to go through the different modes and whatnot with the truck. Truck looks great just sitting there. Plus, you're gonna see by the end of this vlog that we're doing here, because the auto show is not happening, there's gonna be lots of accessories you could add. Special plate, a TRX numbered plate on that armrest lid there, which is gonna be those extra nice touches. I like the way you could really bring a different personality with the interior. I'm liking the red accents with the black. They made the paddles, they listened to Rady's Rides, they made the paddles on the back of the steering wheel larger. So please, 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 hopefully that will wind up in other Mopar products, but those are metal paddles, and I like the way that they're extended down past where they originally were, so that you don't have to worry about, am I gonna hit the paddle when I wanna shift? Like the nice silver touches. There's that wonderful design there with the paddle. And the way that they do the dash, I've already liked, but they brought it to a new level with the instrumentation, super clear. You can see all the room. Of course, you're gonna get USB, USB-C. You're gonna get every type of connectivity that you could ever dream or wish for. And so easy to go through the different modes and whatnot. Harman Kardon sound system. You're looking at a 19 speaker, 900 watt system. And with that 12-inch infotainment system display, it's gonna be amazing in this truck. I love the number badge there. Wireless charging, of course, is an option. And look at how detailed it is. Not just a numbered badge, it shows your VIN, it says supercharged 6.2 liter Hemi, all the good stuff that we love with the Ram truck. But let's talk about a little bit of the accessories that come with the truck, or that you could option with the truck. So you could see this one has that Ram bar with the lights mounted up top. You are, of course, getting the higher suspension than your standard Ram 1500 with this TRX, but I really think that the thing that we were all waiting for, I know many of you, was the supercharged V8. We kind of knew it was happening. Interesting the way they detuned it, but I'm sure they did that on a purpose reason for that off-road driving, especially with the 650 pound-feet of torque. One thing I don't know if you noticed when we were looking at the interior, you do have launch control with this. So I guess if you want to drag race somebody in the sand, you could have that launch control. The thing, like I said, will do the quarter mile in 12.9 seconds. That's definitely faster than the Raptor. Faster 0 to 60, 0 to 100, and quarter mile. Going down this off-road journey here that they're showing us looks very, very stable, very balanced, very capable. Here's some more of that sound. But really, I think that the way that they have the truck set up is really a home run, and being able to personalize the truck with the 3 different types of interiors and these other Mopar accessories, I think. So real brief recap, you have the electronic limited slip diff. That's a Dana 60 solid rear axle. Here's some more of that sound. 2.2 liters, supercharged goodness. You can't argue with that. I guess the real test is, what is the Twinkie storage gonna be like? Based off of previous Rams that we've done on Rady's Rides, I think you're gonna be fully covered so that you can go all the way on your furthest journey with this thing, no matter what the terrain is, and you're definitely gonna have plenty of room for Twinkies and any other snacks that you want, and you're gonna be able to get there really fast. Listen to this. So just so glad that I was able to get this information from Ram so that we could bring it to you. Lots of exciting things here. I'm always about competition, improving the breed. I think this truck really checks off a lot of boxes, and it's nice to see the Raptor finally get some real competition, because the Tundra TRD Pro, great truck, is not a competitor. The Nissan Pro 4X is not a competitor to these two trucks. The Chevy Trail Boss, don't even get me started on that, not a competitor to these trucks. The TRX is ready to bring it to the Raptor, and it's going to be interesting to see what Ford is, how they're going to respond to this truck. But if it's these virtual unveils that we're bringing to you here on Rady's Rides, if you want to keep seeing those because we're in this pandemic and we can't get to the auto shows right now, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button, because guess what? Soon, in a couple months, we're going to be getting our hands on one of these TRXs, so you definitely don't want to miss that. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content like this and bringing it to you, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. We got to give it up to the head honcho, the big cheese, the #1 nacho in my life, my wonderful wife, Lori. Show her some love, because guess what? As production manager, she set this whole scene up and was able to help me bring it to you. So thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.